That's what they do.
Let's move on to the bigger announcement that came out today, yesterday, which is Gyokeres and Arsenal are finally coming together. Before we go negative, because I know that's where this path tends to go down with
Immediately.
Arsenal. Let's talk positives with this move and what it can mean for Arsenal. I know that
No.
I don't know. Positives?
Do you see positives with this, Mila? I think it's positive.
There's positives.
Havertz
There's
plays
plenty
less.
of positives. We've been telling them, the world's been telling them, their fans have been asking for a striker, not Havertz to play there. Just a real striker, a goal scorer, and now they got it. Is it the right guy? That's up for debate, certainly. I think some people would say yes. A lot of people would also say no. Yeah, but I think, did they release the price yet, or is it just?
No, we don't know.
Okay.
We know that.
See, that's the
So the
thing.
gentleman's agreement. The gentleman's agreement was 60 plus 10 euros, and
Does
that's
mean
what they're
no-
not holding it to.
nothing.
Because
Yeah.
gentleman's agreement, I think that sporting director got sacked, so it's a different guy now. And that guy's like, no, we're not doing that. I think they want 80 total. So it's like 10 million apart, and this is what the whole
10 million
about.
less than C.O.C. is.
Yeah, and C.O.C. I think is who they wanted.
Exactly, but C.O.C.'s not worth 90 million also.
No,
so this is the thing.
Absolutely not. It's a weird one.
In the eyes of the market, it's an okay move, I think. But in terms of just getting a very capable goal scorer, I think it's a great move. I think C.O.C. might have been a better fit, but this is a step in the right direction for them, and it could very well pan out, and he can adapt to the league. He's played in England before, so the adjustment shouldn't be too tough for him. I'm just concerned about the speed of the game and certain consistency. Maybe that's just going to be an adjustment period type of thing, or it could be his downfall completely.
Yeah, the Portuguese league, I don't think has showed itself in a very positive light throughout this Club World Cup. That was one of my big takeaways. And to your point, Mila, I think there's a very different speed at this level. So I think that will take some time to readjust to, because he wasn't at the top level, right? He's in the championship. But yeah, I think C.O.C. was definitely the better fit in terms of their system. Just crosses in the box, big athletic striker. But 90 million's crazy. I don't think he's there yet. I think he's got another year or two to really develop and become the final product. Gyökeres more of a final product. He scored 0-headed goals last year, and again, I haven't seen enough of him to definitively say I think he's going to be shit for them, or definitively say he's going to hit for them. I do think he'll score goals. I think he will have decent to high output, regardless of how we feel about him as a player. But I do have my doubts. What I said, that one game I watched of him was the hat trick he scored against City. I thought he was awful in that game. I thought he was terrible. So that always just sticks in my head. But yeah, we'll see. They needed a 9. I mean, me and Fakunda were talking about it because the Madueke news came out a little before the Gyökeres move, the news. And his big point was, okay, if we are signing this guy before A9, they need A9. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. They could have taken the 20 million on Mascara they want to spend. Go get A9. They need a body to play up top. So at bare minimum, yes, you have another striker. He is so I think that is a positive, but I have my doubts. But again, I think he'll score goals. I think he'll probably mean at worst he'll have like 13 league goals. I think he'll end up with goals. You know what I mean? It's a good game or it's a jammy goal. He'll put them away. He'll find a way. But maybe that's just what they need. Who knows? I think Zubamendi's a good signing. If they get Eze, that'd be pretty good. I'd be starting to see it, but I don't love the signing. Thankfully,
I'm a lot higher on this move than I think most people are. Because I think that Gyökeres has a skill set that Arsenal has lacked in a majority of their games this last season. In terms of actual play, and I always relate this back to when City first got Haaland, because it was such a shock to the system. I don't think that you spend, we're going to guess it's 80 million on a striker. If one Arteta isn't on board, as well as the department thinking, hey, like, look, this guy is going to come in. We have to change our system to fit him in because he can be a prolific goal scorer, which that's the one jigsaw puzzle that has been missing for Arsenal for 3 years now, which is just, can we get a guy who can put the ball in the back of the net and who can stretch the field? I mean, how many times do we just watch a team go into a low block or mid block against Arsenal and just shut them out? And Arsenal just didn't have an answer unless it was off a set piece. I think
You
that
can't
they're
cross
going to
into him.
No, well, I don't think they need to. I think that they're going to be able to. The ball playing ability of Odegaard and Zubimendi is so good that they're just going to play him into a
Zubimendi's
channel.
very good signing.
They're going to play him into a channel and say, hey, run onto it and play the ball to somebody else, which him and Noni might make sense from that regard. Like the amount of goals that Gyökeres created for other people by just sprinting into a half space and then putting the ball across the net is going to increase Arsenal's goal tally by at least 10. They create a ton of chances. They just don't have anyone to finish those chances. So I think just putting a guy in that's right now ready to make that leap and he wants to be there. I think that's the most important piece of this whole puzzle is like they have a guy who's motivated, but also is willing to drop his wages to be there. That just seems like a match made in heaven. He's proven, he's quality.
Real
like, look,
gooner.
If he gets even 25%, Arsenal are a much better team tomorrow. And that's a risk that they had to make at some point. I'm actually more impressed that they just took it on Gyökeres and not on C.O.C, because I think instead of getting a bigger question, it's not, but I think that this happens. And I think that he's I just think that he's quality. I don't think that you can he even does it for Sweden. Like he just scores goals for fun. And I know that it's been against lesser opposition, but good players get better and better teams. Like that's the way I see it. I don't know why you don't take that risk if you're an Arsenal. This is literally, we had a podcast. We are on almost 50 episodes, and I can guarantee you from week 1 to 48, we've been saying they need a striker because
Probably
they
go get Gyokeres.
Yeah. And what do you call it? They
go get Ekitike though. Yeah, go get Ekitike.
It's a question
You
mark.
wanted Isak
so bad. Been doing it for 3 straight years.
I don't know. It's a big question mark.
But they don't need. I don't think they need question marks. They need answers. This guy backs. Like even if he's terrible with all the other regards, he's gonna put the ball in the back of the net. He did it, like you said. He was terrible against City. He still scored a hat trick. You know what I mean? Like he could be terrible for 85 minutes and score 5 goals. It won't matter from an Arsenal perspective. They just need attacking talent. Yeah, and I don't think like an Ekitike.
I was trying to find something Facundo sent me, but it was something along the lines of a lot of them were penalties against the bottom half. He was hunting what the goals were and who they were against. I don't know. I know you're of the thought all goals come equal. Like look at those numbers. Like he's done that consistently. That's a lot of credit, which I think is fair. And I think you made some good points with how it would work. I think that's exactly how it would work if he were to kind of bang there. Like they change the way they play a little bit and they start to kind of get the ball moving. And I think Zubimendi will really help them with that. He's not raw. I'm starting to hear kind of it's getting a little too crazy, but he's a very suitable player. To your point on if they're going to spend that much, it'll work. I mean, they spent 65 on the left side at 8, who is now a 9. They spent whatever they spent on Marino. His best moments were at a different position. I don't know if I trust his ID, but that's kind of where I'm hung up. But again, they brought in 8. And regardless of if he is what we think he is, or maybe he's not as good, he does improve them from where they are right now. But I think they need to do more business. I think we talked about it a little earlier with Noni, but they need to get that star left winger. They need to bring in Eze. That will start. I'll open my eyes to that. I think with that type of personnel, yeah, I can see them changing the way they play a little bit. But I'm not fully there yet. I don't think he's the striker.
Huge window
there either.
It's a huge window.
Correct. Well, he said it last summer, but this really is it. If they don't win shit this time, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Get another or something. You have to do something. It's time.
I swear to God, though, if they make this signing and Havertz starts up top for them, just kick Arteta in the nuts, dude.
Match week 1.
You lose your manhood if you pay 80 million for a striker and you start Havertz up top. I'm sorry. Just fucking get rid of him. I'd sack him literally the next day. That's the most I would be dumbfounded if they get a 9 and they still play Havertz up top.
He's going to play a lot. You know he's going to play a lot. Havertz is going to play.
Of course.
He's their highest paid player, Dylan. He has to play.
Mhm.
I know,
their
but I
highest
just
paid
don't.
guy.
I think you have to change the system. If you play him
Gyökeres
up
isn't taking
top,
a wage cut. I don't think he takes a wage cut. I saw the report. He's gonna concede money to Sporting, but he's gonna get paid because he's not gonna go in there, look at Kai Havertz and say, I want less than that guy. It won't happen. So that's a problem. I think that is a problem.
I think he takes less money because he wants to be at a place with Champions League football.
No, he's conceding money to Sporting.
Right, what they owe him, right?
Like he's getting paid $40K a week there. He's gonna get more than
he'll get a pay raise.
I just
don't think it's gonna be like absurd.
You think he's gonna look at Havertz and be okay with getting paid like half of that? I don't know. He's 27 years old. When's he gonna get another check?
It's also true.
I think he's gonna get big money. And kind of I alluded to it a short while ago, but when you have Havertz as your highest earner, that leads to problems when you get to this stage. Eze wants to come in. You're talking personal terms. Oh, I want 285 grand a week too. Look at Bayern. That's where they're at right now. They recorded their first financial loss because of all those guys on 400, 500K a week. It's a different game over there, but the point still stands. Like you can't have a full top earner like that. Like your top earner needs to be fucking Haaland. Oh, that makes sense. I'm not getting Haaland money. Every signing sees that and goes, oh, I'm not that guy. Oh, I need more than that. Well, maybe I'm too hung up on that point, but.
Well, for Arsenal, I think getting a guy who's 27, even if it's Eze, like the same thing, like you're not expecting to get a return. You're expecting them to play their prime footballing with you, and then they fuck off. Right now. Yep. And then they fuck off. That's what United have been tried to do for 5 years. It might not work out. I think it's a swing worth taking just because you have to make it at some point. And Arsenal lacked the cojones, for a lack of better terms, of actually doing it. So. I just think it's a good move from that. It's intent. We talk about intent all the time.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's the right word. Intent. Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. Like when we were going to record, I would use that for Arsenal as like a fair play, but I fucking forgot. Thank you for saying that. It is intent. It is intent. Regardless, and again, we could very easily be wrong. I can totally be full of shit. Gyökeres backs 40. Oops. So again, it is intent. They had to do this at some point. So yeah, fair play to that. But
step in the right direction.
I think they swung at the wrong pitch.
Oh, it is.
So,
they totally. That's the thing. Is it totally? They could be thinking fastball. It's coming in as a curve, and they're strike three. It's gone.
Oh, you're off balance.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Now you look like a bozo. Yeah. That could happen.
Yep. I hope so.
I hope so too.